Hello, good day! Ito nga pala ang inyong Sir Jello at mayroon ako ulit ituturo sa inyo na math video topics. Pero bago yan, huwag niyo munang kalimutang mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel na Sir Jello para maging updated kayo sa lahat ng videos na i-upload ko. Hello, so welcome to our math video lesson for today about introduction to special angles. So we have two types of special angles. We have the 30-60-90 and the 45-45-90 triangle. So let us have first the 30-60-90 triangle. So in the 30-60-90 triangle, the side opposite the 30 angle is 1/2 the hypotenuse. Suppose the hypotenuse is 2 units, then the side opposite the 30 angle is 1 unit. So as you can see here, we have triangle ABC with angle C as our right angle, and we have angle A as 30 degrees. So we have here a 30-60-90 triangle. So the opposite of 30 degrees is 1, which is half of the hypotenuse. So let us solve for the third side, which is side B, by using the Pythagorean theorem. So we have b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. So our c is 2, so 2 squared minus a is 1. 2 squared is 4, minus 1 squared is 1. b squared is equal to 3. Then extract, so b is equal to square root of 3. So our b is square root of 3. So the sides of our triangle for 30-60-90 is 1, 2, and square root of 3. Now let us get or write down the 6 trigonometric functions to get the ratios of 30-degree angle. So let's start with 30. Let's place it on top. Let's have 30 degrees. So let's start first with sine. So sine 30, we know that sine 30 is opposite, so this will be the opposite side. This is the adjacent, this is the hypotenuse. So sine 30 is so that is 1/2. Let us jot down the mnemonic Sokatonga. Okay. Next we have cosine 30. So cosine 30 is ka, adjacent over hypotenuse. So that will be square root of 3 over 2. And then tangent 30 will give us TOA. So that is actually 1 over square root of 3. But since the denominator is or has a radical sign, we have to rationalize this ratio by multiplying both the numerator and denominator by the denominator square root of 3. So 1 times the square root of 3 is square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9 or 3. So tangent 30 is square root of 3 over 3. Let us have now the reciprocals. So we have cosecant 30. So since sine 30 is 1/2, cosecant 30 will be 2/1, or simply 2. Next, we have secant 30. It is 2/square root of 3. Or if we're going to rationalize that, that becomes 2 square root of 3/3. And then cotangent 30 will be square root of 3. Okay. So that is the 6 trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees. Next, let's have 60. So this angle is your 60-degree angle. So this will be the adjacent side, this will be the opposite, and that will be the hypotenuse. So let's start with sine 60. So that becomes square root of 3/2. Next, cosine 60. So that is 1/2. And then tangent 60 will be square root of 3/1, or square root of 3. Next, we have cosecant 60. So that is 2 square root of 3/3. Secant 60 will be 2. And cotangent 60 will be square root of 3/3. So those are the trigonometric ratios or functions for 60 degrees. Now, if we're going to use scientific calculator, for instance, press sine 30, eventually the value will be 0.5 or 1/2. So that means sine 30 is 1/2. So that is the default value of sine 30, alongside with other values for sine 30 and sine 60 as well. So, or for 60 degrees, let's say you have sine 60. The value of sine 60 is 0.8660. That is, if we're going to divide square root of 3 by 2, that is also the same. That is 0.8660. Okay. So these are the values of the trigonometric functions or the ratios for 30 and 60 degrees. Next, let's have the 45-45-90 triangle. So actually that is an isosceles right triangle. So let's say we have the length of each leg at 1 unit. So we're going to solve for our c, which is the hypotenuse. So that will be c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. It is 1 squared plus 1 squared. 1 squared is 1 plus 1. C squared is equal to 2. So c is equal to square root of 2. So the sides of 45-45-90 is 1, 1 square root of 2. Now let us get the trigonometric ratios for 45 degrees. Start with sine 45. So sine 45 is opposite over hypotenuse. So that's 1 over square root of 2. Since the denominator is a radical, we have to rationalize by multiplying both the numerator and denominator by square root of 2. So 1 times square root of 2 is square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, or 2. So So sine 45 is square root of 2 over 2. Next, cosine 45 still the same, 1 square root of 2. So the final answer will be square root of 2 over 2. And then tangent 45, it's 1 over 1 or 1. Next, let's have cosecant 45. If sine 45 is 1 over square root of 2, cosecant 45 is square root of 2. Secant 45 is also the same at square root of 2. And cotangent 45 is also 1. So that's it. So that is the 6 trigonometric ratios for 45 degrees. So again, if you're going to press tangent 45 in your scientific calculators, the value of that angle is 1. So this wraps up the table. So we have here a table of 6 trigonometric functions of special angles. So you have 30, 45, and 60. So you have sine, cosine, tangent, up to cotangent. So the values for each angle is easy to memorize as long as you know the sides you are looking for. So for instance, if you have a 30, 60, you know that the sides for that, so the opposite of 30 is 1, then the hypotenuse is 2, and then the other side is square root of 3. For 45, you have the legs 1, 1, and then the hypotenuse is square root of 2. Now let us have the examples here of how we're going to evaluate each number using the values of special angles. Let's say you have secant 30. So we know that a secant 30 plus cotangent 60. So we know that secant 30 is 2 square root of to add these radicals, or the numbers outside rather the radicals. So you have 2 plus 1, so that's 3. Copy the radical, square root of 3. Then copy the common denominator, which is 3. Just cancel this one. So the answer is square root of 3. So secant 30 plus cotangent 60 is square root of 3. Okay. Next, number 2. Secant squared x plus tangent x equals 3 if the value of x is 45 degrees. So we have the angle for that. So secant squared 45. So secant 45 is actually square root of 2. Since you have squared there, so you have secant square root of 2 quantity squared plus tangent 45 is 1 equals 3. Square root of 2 squared is actually square root of 4, or just cancel this one. That will be 2 plus 1 equals 3. 3 is equal to 3. Next, number 3, you have 2 cosine 45 plus 3 secant 45. So you have 2 cosine 45 first, so you have square root of 2 over 2 plus 3 secant 45 is square root of 2. So here we can cancel 2 and 2. So you have square root of 2 plus, just multiply this, 3 times square root of 2. Then you add this one. Here there is a number 1 beside square root of 2. So 1 plus 3, so that will be 4 square root of 2. And then next, number 4. 2 secant x minus 3 equals 1 if x is equal to 60 degrees. So the value of x is 60 degrees. So you have the angle. So 2 secant 60 is 2 minus 3 equals 1. So 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 equals 1, 1 is equal to 1. So that is how we evaluate the given angles for special angles. Okay. So there you have it. The values of trigonometric function for 30, 45, and 60 degrees. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something, and have a good day.